Oh, he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Custom. Y'all seen the last episode and all the episodes before that. Now we're going to be working on the 62 Comet project. So we're going to jump right back on that. Last video we were doing the front end. We got that fairly much done. There's a couple little bitty things to do, but we'll get to that. But the next thing I'd like to do is get the hood where it fits and get some hinges and latch on it. You can see our hood here. We're going to have it cut out. A bit of rust here along this rail and the side here. But we're not going to put boat holes back in this thing. What I've decided to do is put hinges on the front and have the hood open this way. I think that would be pretty cool, and it's not going to be no harder, no easier than mounting hinges on the rear and having it open up regular. So we might as well add a little flair to the project. So let's go ahead, before I even start cutting into this and doing metal, like I say, got to do this, we'll do that front lip right there as well. We'll set the hood on the car and see about where the hinges will set, what we would have to do that. I think the latch system will be pretty easy, but the hinges is going to be the trick. So let's set it on there and see what we got to work with. Well, I've got our hood sitting on there. Put a 2x6 underneath here to hold it fairly about where it needs to be. But looking at the distance from here up under the hood, that's about that far. That's a good bit of distance. So the regular Mustang hood hinges, now these things ain't going to work. Let's just set them off for another project. So, look at these. These are door hinges off the Mustang. Well, the door's a lot heavier than the hood, so we know that they'll be strong enough to work. Think about mounting them in there like so. But what I need to do, hopefully y'all see that okay. These tabs right here, I need to cut them because it comes down, it stops right there, and we need this open all the way. But let me go ahead and get rid of these tabs on both of them. We'll take our hood off and set it over there, see where we can mount these to the hood. And then we can set the hood back on, check our clearance and distance, what we need to do to get it mounted to the actual framework of the car. What I did, guys, I got the little tabs cut off of there where they're open all the way. And I just drilled some holes in there right quick. And if this works, then I'll go back and brace it and all of that. Because like I said, we got to cut some of that out and replace it anyway. And fix this right here where all this has been up. But for now, I'm just going to let that be. That's how I was able to sneak in there and get them bolts up in them holes. So let's set the hood back on the car and just see how close these hinges are going to be to that front core support. Well, as y'all can see, that idea didn't work. It's sitting way too high. So what I need to do is take the hinges and move them over this space in this low area. So let me see if I can do that right quick. Well, after several attempts of putting them here and there and everywhere, I finally put them here. I think this right here is going to work and give us a proper height. I can go in there and reinforce that. Like I say, that hood's not that heavy. I went ahead and drilled the holes here in the core support, and I got some bolts run through there. Yeah, that was a pain. But let's go ahead and set the hood on and see if we can get them on and just see if this idea is even going to work. You know, if this works like I think it will. Who knows? Like like I said, the hood is not that heavy at all. Let's get it up here to working height. Alright, I think that's where we need to be, guys. Let's move this 4x4 and just see if I got them drilled right. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a pain. Now we got just enough room, maybe. Yes. I think I've got just enough room to get up there and get the nuts on. I don't cross thread them. And we'll get this thing tightened up and yeah. See if it works. Yeah, this is going to be a pain. Let me go ahead and deal with this and get them nuts on there. Alright, I got the two inside ones tightened. Let's lay it down and see if the hood will even open and articulate. I got the camera a little crooked there, ain't I? I reckon this is a moment of truth. It's either going to open or it's going to fall on and kill him. But either way, we accomplished something. All right, it is hitting. Perfectly pro. All right, so the idea itself, I think, is going to work. We just got this front lip under here is hidden. Right. Well, this is as far forward as the hood can come. So what we're going to have to do here. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. It's just hitting this spot right here. There isn't enough room. It's that stupid lip on the bottom there. Where's the mighty burner? Since we got to cut all that stuff out and redo it anyway, that's fine. That's why I wanted to go ahead and get this thing where it fit with the hinges on it before I done all the metal work. I figured I was going to have to do something wonky on it. If I get rid of that much metal, that should be okay. And that's not a whole lot. I don't think it'll really look bad once we get it all finished out. Yeah, if we could have brought them hinges forward more on the hood, we would not have run into this problem. Well, now I get to take that hood back off. All right, let me do that, get this trimmed out, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, guys, I just cut off this whole lip here, and it's rusted anyway, it's going to have to replace it. Just to give us some room for a tilt and see what we need to do. And I was jamming this time. I got 3 of them bolts. tightened up. So yeah, let's drop it and see how far the hood will come up. If this works out, this will be pretty cool. Alright, let's see. It should come on up there where we want it. Alright, we are, that ain't bad. Well, that ain't bad at all. Let me, I had a hood prop here somewhere. There it is. We'll see if I could finagle that under there to work. Where'd the screwdriver go? We'll put the hood prop on this side. Not over there where the battery is. We'll lose a finger what we're going to do. There we go. Alright, so the hood's going to open up this far. That's it. So, let's get something here to hold her for a minute or two or three. Are you going to follow me? No, you're not. Alright. Well, guys, I'm going to bring y'all around the other side and let you check this out and see what you think. It's a cool look there. And I think that's opened him up plenty enough. Yeah, you can get in here, get to everything you need to get to. And the thing about it's just 4 bolts. And I'll put better bolts in there. But yeah, it can be taken off easily. And yes, I like it. Well, let me see what I can do with that hood prop going on there. All right, I just throw a quick screw in that rod right there. That'll work for now. I think the next thing we need to do is try to put a hood latch on it. Gotta have a way to close the thing. I've got this one on the Mustang body with the cable and all, so let me take this cable off of here and we'll go ahead and get this safety latch because we won't be needing it. And let's do a little configuration and see what we think. Guys, got this good flat spot right here. I'll just throw a quick screw in there. Yeah, I'm big on using them roofing screws, just hold stuff. If it works out, I'll do proper little bolt and nut setup. But what I want to do is see if that hits the hood. If not, then that'll be a good deal. All we're going to do is make us a, a little steel loop rod for it. Let's just check that out. Well, if I didn't have so much stuff up here, that'd be a lot better. But yeah, that does not hit the hood. So that's where we'll put that. And like I say, we'll just have to make us a U-rod that's going to click in there and hold that properly. Let's get this back up, and now I lost my screwdriver. There we go. A piece of a paint stick does wonders, don't it? Alright. Now I'll go ahead and figure out how to get that cable looped around where it ain't in the way. And I'm going to have to add a little bit right there, but that'll be cool. I think that'll be a good spot for a hood release. Alright, so what I need to do now is get some measurements here so I know where we need to make this rod latch in. I push the latch all the way down. And did not go right here with a little bit of a straight edge. And looking at about 2 quarter. Right there. And then we need to see how far we're going to come out. Come on out to 5. So 2 1/4 and 5. We'll get that done for us. Alright guys, now we're going to get to work on the underside of this hood. We'll take this step by step. We know where we need to put our bar at. I'm up the camera showing it tonight. There's the dwarf under here. So before we even go cutting any metal away or anything like that, we need to get hoping pull this down. That will push all that down well. Let me grab another plate. I'm going to have to go more here in the center spot anyway. Well, this is not rocket science, but let's give it a try and see if it's going to work. That's what a lot of this is, guys. It's take your idea and see if this will work. And pull that right down there where we want it. See, like I said, just try it. So like on them hinges, I tried here, 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 and here. Finally figured out where they would work out. I mean, unless you make a lot of mistakes, you're never going to accomplish anything, that's for sure. And nobody knows everything. Alright, that's cool. Let's got that side. This side over here. Yeah, it's about the same thing. See what, I wish I had just a real long piece to go across, but it really needs to be cutting into all of this. Let me, give me a minute, let me see what I can come up with. There we go. That front bumper insert. Off the Mustang, piece of wood and steel plates. Now that's holding all this down there well, and it's not in the way where I'm going to be cutting and welding. It's close, but it's not in the way. So that will work, and I think that will hold the hood from warping when I get to cut and put the metal and stuff around. Because what we're going to do here, I'm going to cut the rust out. But we're going to, instead of making inserts to fit down in, we're going over. That way it'll be a lot stronger. We'll get some of that rigidness back to it. Even though there's not going to be any hinges back here, we'll be having our hood latch here. And we don't want our hood working over time for, you know, being slammed shut and opened up, you know what have you. But we just want to do a good job, make this thing where it lasts. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and get my cutters and whatnot and get all this rust out of here. And then we'll start making our pieces and getting this hood fixed. And go ahead and making this piece here for our hood latch. After we get all that done, we're going to try it again to get the hood latch where it works. Then we'll go to the front and work on the metal work up there. Always a lot to do, especially when you're dealing with these old cars and you got, you know, you've got some rust in them. I mean, it happens. But let me get all this cut out and we'll get to making us some new parts. Alright, y'all can see I've got all the bad parts cut out, all the rusty parts. Then I just take the grinder and run up in here where I see a couple of rust dots and just basically grind all that out. Because we're going to be coming up here with new metal over top of this anyway. And same way over here, cut and grind. None of this has really rust holes or anything in it, so we're good there. But we will come up over it like we're doing on this side, just to make each side look the same. Alright, now we need to cut us some fresh metal and get to work on repairing all this. Alright guys, give me a strip cut here. Go in here first. Stop line. Oh, and I have my, this will be our bar. It clicks down in. Our hood latch. And it's going to sit right up here like this right here. We're going to have to extend this out and make a little bit of that. But at least I got that figured out. Let's get a couple of marks here. Alright, let me get this bent around and we'll get down on there and get it welded in place. Got that pump right there. We'll take the grinder and grind that pump down. Alright guys, I got that little piece there made, as you can see. Sort of hard to get that bend in that thing. I got it the best I could on the English wheel. The rest of it just clamps and welding. But let me get some welds on that piece there. And then we'll work on our hood latch piece. Alright guys, get that all welded in there. And I think that'll work out just fine. A little bit of cleaning up and paint. It'll look good. But I think the structural integrity of it is going to be fantastic. Right now I'm working on my corner pieces. And I got a rough cut there. I'm going to go ahead and get these bent down. Try to get this fitted in. And get that other side done right quick. And see if we can wrap this up as far as the rear portion of the hood goes. Alright guys, well here's how far I made it. Got this one in. See if I can get out of the... There we go. Yeah, don't look too bad. Yeah, a little more welding, a little more grinding as usual. What I'll try to do is get everything in place and then go back and do all the finish work. But, got this one done. No problem there. So, not too shabby. Well, I'm going to call it a day. For y'all, it'll only be a second, but for me, it'll be tomorrow. And we'll get some more done on this. Alright guys, as you can see, we did get all this metal work done. And welded and ground. And I went ahead and slapped some fiberglass on here. There's still a lot of sanding to do. And a lot of, nitpicking, being particular on getting it perfect. That right there works right now. Just wanted to get that fiberglass on there and get rid of some of the sharp edges and whatnot. We're going to be handling this thing a whole lot. With plenty of time to make it perfect and get it primed. But what I decided to do before I throw the hood on and go to getting all of this set up, I'm going to go ahead and get this right taken care of, and that way we're pretty much done with the hood. Alright guys, first thing I need to do is get this piece of metal off of it. You see it separates. Just spot welding from the top piece here. So let me keep my fiddling. I'll get that off there and get that all cleaned up. Let me get rid of that rusty thing. Alright, we got that old lip cut off there, as you can see. And guess what? Just rust underneath it. Well, if I can get out of the, get that shade going on, y'all can't see it now you can. Alright, so let's cut that out of there. We don't want no rust. Alright guys, got all of that cut out. And the way I do it, I'll cut something out, then I'll just take the old hand grinder and start grinding the crap out of stuff. Because that will reveal a lot. You may not want to see it, but see if y'all can tell, rust hole. Rust hole, rust, big rust. From basically this little lip to here, it's just got tons of rust pinholes in it. And we really need to get rid of them because Yeah, we could glass over them, slap a little Bondo on there to smooth it out, prime and paint it. It'll look fine. But in the years to come, that rust will eventually come through. And I'm just, I'm not digging that. Got too much time and too much effort in this project. So we're going to remake the front of this hood. And I'd like to make it a little shorter anyway. Gives more room to flip up. So we're going to cut this out. And also this piece right here. I'm going to come in here and what you see rusted here, I'm going to cut that out as well. Because I can remake from here forward with some good new metal and not have any of them rust issues, and it'll look really nice. So let me get to cutting and get to bending some metal. Alright, so before we do any more to this front, I've got plenty of it cut out. All the rust is now gone, so we will modify and rebuild that. But what I want to do first, this right here, I do not want this to move, drop down, or whatever. I don't want to go nowhere because that's where our hinges bolt up, and this height right here is working perfect. So what I've got here is a really good thick piece of metal, because I want that to be really strong. And I got me a template cut. Yeah, I cut templates every once in a while. A lot of stuff I eyeball, but for this I thought I would cut a template. Let me go ahead and transfer that over to the piece of metal and get that welded in there, and then we'll get on making all this. There we go. Got that piece in there. Didn't turn out too bad. Got a little bit of gap over there. I'll fill in with some weld and so on and so forth. But I wanted to get that in there so it was stabilized so I can get the rest of this cut out. Yeah, I decided to cut a lot out because I want this piece of metal to actually just come straight across here. Leaves plenty of room for that hood to flip up, and I think it'll be a pretty smooth look. I'm going to go ahead and get the hinges bolted in, and right now I'm trying to do some grinding on them because I needed them to come back this way forward just a shade, and then that will take care of that. Well, everyone, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this video. It's been a long week for me, and next video we'll get back on that hood and get it finished and get it mounted and get it all working good. And after that we may end up going to the trunk and getting that latch situation done up and try to get it finished up as well. Well, everyone, I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed that. I think we're making some real good progress on no comment here. If you would, throw me down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on Patreon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Until the next one, I hope that everyone has a fantastic day.